Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.
Through my experience with the media, I found out that there's some consistencies in the things that they actually look for when it comes to coming up with a hook or coming up with an angle. So these will give you some trigger points of the things that you may want to make as your hook. So the first one, let me go through them. The first one is new. So anything which has the word new in it is instantly attractive. So if it's new medical breakthrough, if it's new smash hit author, if it's new regulations around same-sex marriage, whatever. It could be anything. The moment the word new is in there, it suddenly becomes something that people are drawn to because it's something that they haven't heard before. Okay, so it could be the new rates, how the carbon tax will affect your household expenses. New report reveals. Yeah, new report reveals how household expenses will be changed as a result of the carbon tax. So because it's new, people haven't heard of it before, instantly they're sucked in. So what is new about what you have done? Okay? Think about it. Is there anything out there that's new for you? Okay? All right, let's move on to the next one, successful. So what has been successful about what you've done? Someone won an award here recently. Who was it that won an award? Someone was saying, where's Kate? Kate, did you win? You got nominated. So it's still something that's successful. So you got nominated for what award? Okay, so Best Comic, Adelaide Theatre Guide. So that is something that would be successful, okay? Anything that you've done, if you've won some type of award. Where's Francois? So what did you just do in April? Launched your new book, and where did you launch it?
In Panama.
In Panama, yeah. So if the media release says local author releases smash hit book to an international audience or something like that, then that's something that's successful. The fact that she is a local author and it was launched in Panama, that's something that you don't really hear every day. And you'd be keen to know, who is this person? Why they launched the book over there? What is the book about? How did she do it? Because that is successful, okay? Another one is the story behind the story. The story behind the story. So sometimes, and this is the case with an entrepreneur that many people know called Justin Herald. So Justin Herald had built a multi-million-dollar business selling t-shirts, and that was successful. So you could talk about how he was successful, or you could talk about the new clothes that he's coming out, or his new environmentally friendly initiatives. But one of the angles which he exploited very, very well was that his company was started with $50 that his brother loaned him. So it was the story behind the story of what actually drove him to become successful, okay? So that's another thing that you can think about as well. Is there some element to your story? What motivated you? What inspired you? What drove you? Was there some turning point? Was there some life-changing experience that you had? Did you come from another country when you were 5 years of age and you arrived on a boat or whatever? Okay, so it's the story behind the story. Okay. Another one is statistics. Statistics, the media loves statistics. So, can you get a hold of some statistics? And they don't even have to be your own statistics. You can do your own surveys if you want to, but otherwise you can find other people that have done surveys and then bring them to light, okay? We used this one for one of our clients through Kapow Media, was a company called Intimo Lingerie, and they were a lingerie company that sold through Party Plan. And we found a study that was done by Choice Magazine. It wasn't even done by us, and it reviewed a whole lot of different bras and women and body types, etc. And the study revealed that 73% of women that they tested had incorrectly fitted bras. And that was causing back problems, it was causing headaches, and it was causing all of these other issues like skin allergies, etc., etc. So we found those statistics, and then we then pulled them up, and she was then the person to then go on to Sunrise and to talk about why women wear incorrectly fitted bras and all the problems, and then how doing it through Party Plan means that they get properly fitted and it's in a safe environment, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and was able to sell all of her unique advantages. We use this with Tomorrow's Youth, where we did our own study and research about, so we had 1,000 people come through our seminars. At the end of every seminar, we had all the young people fill out a survey. And the survey had about 25 questions, and it's like, have you ever thought about committing suicide? You know, do you have access to drugs? Blah, 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 blah. A whole lot of questions about youth-related issues. What do you think of your body shape, et cetera, et cetera. And a couple of them that were really jumped out at us was, I think, I can't remember the percentage, but it was over 80% of young people had thought about taking their own life. And another one was that it was like 65% of young people had access to drugs at school. So they knew someone at school that could supply them with drugs if they wanted to take them. So these statistics were really shocking, and we used them to say, you know, use them to get onto television and to radio. Another one is perfect timing, okay? So there's always stuff that is happening in the media and you know it's coming up. Like, for example, when the Australian Open's on in January or whatever it is, there's whole stories around that. I obviously used when Tiger Woods was in town for the Masters, and I timed that on the day after. So I knew that when it finished on the Sunday, that on Monday they were going to do some story about golf. So it was Meet the 3-Year-Old Tiger Woods. And I just sent that media release out on Sunday night. And within 15 minutes, they got back to me saying, this is perfect. We'd like him on the air tomorrow morning. So that's how fast that it happened. Why? For no other reason than I just timed it perfectly. So anytime there's an increase, if you're a financial planner or a mortgage broker, increase in interest rates, then they're going to do a story. It's guaranteed. It's going to happen on that day. If there's the new carbon tax, they're going to be talking. It's either going to be someone else or it's going to be you. If there's a travel warning that's just come out, like they just recently upgraded the travel warning in Indonesia to like the second highest level because there's been a few kind of, you know, packages found over there. So if you run a travel company or something along those lines, then that's perfect timing. Okay. So another thing is like Valentine's Day would be another one. So just look at your calendar and look at all the different things that sort of stand out. And also weeks. You can go online and search for like significant dates or the Australian calendar, and there's like Diabetes Week, and there's this week, and there's that week. Almost every single week there's something going on. Small Business Week, you know, Dad's working from home week. There's almost everything that you can think of. There's some day nominated or some week nominated where they do special activities, and that's when they talk about it. So go onto the website, find out what they are, and tick all the ones that you can actually speak to. Another one is emotional. So if something's happened to you that has been quite emotional, or something's happened to one of your clients, then the media love talking about stuff that's really juicy. Then solving problems. So if you know what problems are that are out there and you can just talk directly to those problems and give solutions, then you'll get a lot of exposure. There's a book that was one of the best sellers for the last few years, and it's called Spotless. And the book is simply about how to remove stains from clothes. That's it. But why is it so popular? Not because it's sexy, because every single person that washes clothes has the same problem. Okay? So if you just solve common everyday problems, then you'll get some exposure. Then these are all similar. One is called commentary, and commentary is when you find stuff that is already news right now, and then you just basically talk directly to that. So later on, I'll give you some examples of commentary, what you could do there, but you can just look at the newspaper. Today there's a newspaper sitting right over there, and we can look at what's making news today and what could you say about each of those issues that are here. You know, it could be this could be a sexual harassment case. It could be, this is a 7-kilo baby that was just born the other day. So interesting. All right, so there's a whole lot of stuff here. I won't go through it all now, but there's always news, and you just got to say, can I talk about that? And if you can, then that's called commentary. Another one is something called counterpunch. And counterpunch is where everyone's saying one thing and then you are happy to take the complete opposite view and say the other thing. So if everyone's talking about how, you have to eat better, eat better, eat better, eat better, and you come out and say, no, you can lose weight eating junk food, then you're probably going to get, I don't know how you do that. Maybe Mark, you could help me there. I don't know how you do that, but if you can find a way to make that true and you can say something directly opposite to what everyone else is saying, then you're going to get some exposure. And the other thing is piggybacking, finding stories that are already making news and just jumping on top of them.
Brought to you by businessblueprint.com.au.